Welcome to Tush Twins, heard exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com, a streaming, what do we are? Streaming media
Streaming media, baby.
or
Yeah.
streaming
Media
platform
streaming.
heard
Streaming
around the world and
platform,
beyond.
streaming
Hmm?
platform.
A
Nick,
streaming platform media. I don't know what we are. We're not TV. We're not radio.
I
I
don't
can
We're
know.
attest to
Looney
that.
Tunes.
We're
We're Looney
Looney
Tunes.
Tunes. Woo doo doo. Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, guys, I'm Malcolm Berman.
You are, and you have to deal with us two crazies once a week. Lucky
Yeah.
you, baby. Because, I think we should get people to pay to see with the crazy and nuttiness that goes on, right?
Maybe we should get subscribers.
Yes, let's get
Well,
subscribers.
that's why you have to look at
We
the
gotta
show
go
we
on
told you about.
a GoFundMe.
Yeah, $5 a week.
You know,
If we can get
uh,
5 million people, that's five
four
million
four
dollars.
ninety nine a month. No,
But,
ten
but,
ninety
but,
I
nine a
but,
would,
month.
but for this month,
and
we'll give it to you for $1.
$1.
$1, $1. I give
Because
you $1.
And if you don't like that, we'll give you
yeah,
two for $1.
two for $1, two for $1. Come on, with
I
some
will talk to you.
pineapples.
Well, once a month, we'll have a private thing when
You know,
talk to all our people, and they can ask any questions they want.
right? Yeah, well, off air.
Ask us questions. How are you two such loonies? That would be my
Yeah,
first
do you
question.
remember? Let's see how. Well, I don't think you're old enough. The Milton Berle show.
We're not old enough. Milton
Yes,
Berle, we were
I
very
do.
little, but
And
yeah.
you remember the guy? I think his name was Sid Stone.
I
Who
know
would
Sid
No,
Caesar, but
he
I
would
know
I,
come out. He was a
I know
hustler.
Saul Stone.
Yeah,
No.
I know a Sunny Stone.
Eddie
I
Stone.
know Sly Stone, who just passed away.
Yeah,
And
may he rest in
Brian
peace.
Wilson
Brian Wilson
passed
passed
away
away today.
today.
He
Sly,
did? I
yeah,
didn't hear that.
It just came
Sly Stone
out.
yesterday.
Just
Oh,
it was on. I
man.
just got it today though. I just got it. So
But anyway, who was telling you in the Milton Berle show when they had when he had the We Are the Men from Texaco? We
Oh, yes. When they used
But
to
anyway,
come
there was a
on
guy
with
that
it.
came out who was a hustler. He had like a derby hat and
Hmm.
a checker jacket, and he opened up
Before our time.
and he opened up like this little valise he had and put it on a stand. And he says, "I'm going to sell you, this tonic, this but I'll tell you what I'm going. You're not happy? I'll tell you what I'm going to
What
do.
I'm gonna do.
Instead
but
of
they
giving
had
you one, I'm going to give you two for the same price.
I
Step
think they
right
had
up."
they had a skit on Saturday Night Live like that where and they had to come out and two of them would come out and one
That
would take the
was
other corner
what's his
and
face? Those the original guys.
Justin
Timberlake,
from no it was
just in time.
the boy group. Um
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
yes, Justin
I
Timberlake
just
did
said
that
Justin Timberlake, didn't I?
right, right. Justin Timberlake would come out in a goofy thing and because they both had their places on the sidewalk where they'd go and they try to outdo each
Oh,
other.
that was so
Yeah, I mean
funny.
that was the same kind of thing, Malcolm. It's like I'll give you. Blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing, but they should do that one again. That
No,
was
no, no.
funny. I
Well, I
mean,
like the thing. You're not satisfied? Tell you what I'm going to
mm,
do.
well, that's right. It's for you, two for a buck. Okay, so I
Well,
don't
that's
think
what
that
I'm gonna do. Give
two.
me two for a buck. I don't know what kind of two we give you, but I'll give you.
And what
You
kind of
give me a
buck you
buck,
got?
I'll give you two
I,
of something. I
we'll
have
give you.
no idea.
We don't know what we would give you. I don't know. I have a pen. You have this. You know,
Well, soon they're going to do. I don't know what we're talking about this week,
I don't know what we're talking about
but
either
soon they're going to
because
do away with the
In
pen.
the good old
How do you? I haven't.
summertime,
How do you
in
feel?
the
How do
good
you
old
feel about giving
summertime.
mm,
up pennies?
how do I
No,
feel about giving
no,
up?
I love counting pennies and
I
rolling them.
what
I
I'm
like
what
pennies.
I'm concerned about is I know that it costs more to make the
Yeah.
penny than the penny, but
Hmm.
it also costs more to make the dime and the nickel and the quarter. It costs more to make those as well. So they're picking on the penny. I don't like them picking on the penny.
Pick on
Stop
my penny.
picking on the penny. And what's going to
Pick them up
happen is they're
all
going
the
to
days you'll have good luck.
yeah, and soon maybe it will get rid of that schmuck in the White House.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
it rhymes. Luck and schmuck rhymes,
Peter.
what's a lucky
Mhm.
schmuck?
I know, but now they're gonna round up the pennies to, a higher amount.
Pickles.
You're gonna be paying more money for stuff because they're gonna round it up.
I'm going to round it down.
No, they're gonna. Normally, it was if it was over 5 cents, it would go down Or if it was over 5 cents, it would go up, to the
Read
nearest.
between the lines.
But that's doing away with the whole tradition, the penny. I remember my oldest son, who is now 30. He was like about 5, 6 years old, and we were walking him to school.
Mm-hmm.
And about halfway down there, he found a penny. And he bent down, got the penny, and his face light up. He said, "Look what I got." Put it in his
Mm-hmm.
pocket. We got to the next block, and we're waiting for a traffic signal. And there was another penny he picked up. And he
Oh
picked up
boy,
the penny.
rich. I'm rich.
And he
I'm
picked
rich.
it up and said, "How lucky can one boy be?"
Yeah, that's
Oh my
right.
God.
And you're not
I
going to
used
have
to
that
love
anymore.
it because you used it to play. How are you going to play hit the penny if there's no more pennies?
That's right. Hit the nickel,
How do you hit
hit
the
the
nickel?
dime. I mean,
Oh, hit the
I
penny use.
You hit the penny, the Spalding, hit the
Yeah, with the
penny.
Spalding, right.
yeah, I know what we can hit now.
I know we can hit also, but you can't say it. They're gonna
Hit learn. No. Anyway.
listen. They
Yeah,
have the
hit,
they have the National
hit
Guard
the
out
bit,
in New
hit the
York.
Bitcoin.
In New York, there's the National
No,
Guard
no,
now?
no.
Stop.
They will soon.
Well, no, he Adams is working with Trump, so
Right, so
there
he's
won't
going to
there,
agree.
there won't be a problem. He's going to agree to have
It- it-
everything that you could possibly not
Who
want.
won? Hey, who won the primary yesterday in New York?
In New York? You mean New Jersey?
Oh, you didn't
There
have one.
was
I
no one in
sus.
New York.
Okay,
Mikey
not yet.
Sherrill won,
Mikey
and
Sherrill.
Mikey won.
Yay,
And she's going
Mikey.
to get
She
MAGA man. So we'll see.
what are they voting for in Jersey?
Governor.
governor,
Governor. Ah,
Big.
governor. Hello,
Oof.
governor.
She's something else. She's
They're
yeah.
trying to say some horrible stuff about her, but that's not true.
well, who
You
is
know,
governor now? Who is governor now?
Murphy.
Murphy. Yeah,
Murphy.
Murphy.
Is
And
he
bye
good or
bye,
bad?
Murphy.
Murphy's out. Arrivederci. Uh,
And he's a Democrat,
Arrivederci,
but
Murphy.
to me, he wasn't the best governor we've ever had.
I
Sorry.
don't think there is a best of anything anymore that you've ever had.
No,
I think the
no.
best I
I don't
think the
think
best is done. Now
if,
you just if you get someone mediocre, you're kind of happy.
if
It's
you guys want, well, Paula, you're from New Jersey, and
Right now, yes.
Max, you're from New York. What
right.
is
Mhm.
the rap on? What do you think of Gavin Newsom?
He's very handsome.
Yep,
He could be a Hollywood star.
but so is Medvedev.
I like the fact that he stood up yesterday, and I like the fact they're filing the lawsuit, and I like the fact that he's pushing back. So to me, that's a plus. I mean, I don't know all his policies in California, but it's still the fourth largest economy in the world.
The world.
So he has to be in the world. We're talking about that more than countries, most countries. So a majority, almost all the countries. California has the biggest,
The
you
fourth.
know, fourth largest economy in the world.
I wonder how does that compare to the economy of the USA if you took California out?
I don't know. I know that they pay in minimally $80 billion to the federal government.
Well, I think they pay $80 billion more. I thought,
Yes, we support other states who shall be nameless. Oh, the Grand Old Duke of
but they're all painted in
Well, I
red.
don't, that's a dirty word in my house.
What?
Do not mention it.
I
Text.
like, I love Boston. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. We wanted to talk about because school's almost out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the
I
School
kiddies
love
is
are,
when
out.
school is all
Everybody's
out.
going to sing and shout.
right, right. No more teachers, no more books,
The
no more,
school. No, my
No
teacher.
more pencils,
no
no,
more,
no more teachers' dirty looks.
no more teachers, dirty looks. Kicks the table, kick the chair, kicks the principal down the stair. Right, something like that, right?
Well,
The
Yeah.
principal down the stairs. We wouldn't want to do
I
that.
distinctly remember, I think I was like in the fourth or fifth grade, something, when I found out that summer vacation was only 10 weeks.
Only.
Only 10 weeks, but we had school for 42 weeks.
Oh,
I
that made you
Yeah,
feel
but those 10 weeks were
Right.
wonderful.
I always thought that we went half a year to school and have half a year of vacation. Now it's
pretty
No,
10
pretty
weeks.
soon there's going to be no school. You won't have to worry about anything because there's going to be no money for budget.
we're going to be like Japan. And they have school all year round. I think they have like 2 weeks of vacation.
Do you know that my friend Peter, who's married to Kazuki, and they go to Japan a few times a year. And
Hmm.
he told me that they only get 7 days off for work.
Yeah.
That 7 days off. That's it. I thought we were pretty bad here in the States, not having
No,
enough vacation. Because compared to Europe, it's a joke. They get off like 6, 8 weeks. They get off a lot.
they
But
get off
anyway,
6 weeks.
yeah,
I realized years ago or so this what they did, the Japanese businessmen, they work long hours.
yeah, and then
Yes,
they
You know
they
go
what I
to
mean?
do.
and then they
Then
drink a
And
they
they
lot of
go to
sake,
karaoke and
and,
sake.
karaoke and sake.
no, then they come home to sleep, and then they get back into the train and go back to work. So they
But
That's why
built
they
then,
don't have children.
they built these motels, or they built these things in by the subway, which was they will pull them out.
yeah, I know they're big. They're like drawers. Yeah,
It's like the
Yeah,
coroner with the dead bodies, and there was
yeah.
enough room for someone to come in, lay down, and sleep. And I guess they had
sleep.
some lights and things. And
And
then
Which to
there's
me,
nothing wrong with this picture. I mean,
there
uh,
is.
I don't know whether they still have them.
No,
well,
they do.
You know?
I haven't been to Japan. I always wanted to go to Japan. We go to Japan? When?
I want to go to Japan.
Japan?
Let's go
Japan.
to Japan.
Uh,
Ja,
but
That's like Tom
I,
Waits has the song, Well, I'm big in Japan. I'm
Japan.
big in Japan. He has that gravelly voice.
I love Tom
I
Waits.
love Tom Waits too.
John Wade sounded like they woke him up from the dead, and he had
Yeah.
to, you know,
He just woke up like they pulled him out of that drawer.
you're right, for
He came out of the drawer.
five bottles of scotch.
Yeah, something
Oh
like
my
that.
God. But he
Well,
was
yeah,
good.
he wrote I'm big in Japan and pasties in a G string.
G-string.
You know
Or
that
no pasties and G strings.
I don't know, man. I don't know. He wrote a song called Pasties in a G
Yeah.
string. Pasties.
But I used to like
I look at the bar. Pasties.
they always in New York they always show these documentaries with uh the subways in Japan and Tokyo where you would have the
Hmm.
pushers.
Yeah, yeah,
They were
pushers.
outside they would push the people in to make sure every spot was taken.
And then everyone is like, get your hands off my butt.
Right. Or they liked it. I don't know.
No,
Well, I
thank
think the
you.
men liked it. I don't know about the women.
No, I wouldn't. Though I used to when I was in Subway, someone pinched my butt and I yelled, get your hands
Oh
off my
no.
freaking butt. And boy, I embarrassed the crap out of him.
Right.
And he jumped out the next stop.
I never did that because I always had a seat. Because I got on the train to Coney Island, which was the first
Well,
stop.
the first stop, I'm talking about going home.
And going home, I got yeah.
By the time I got to Kings Highway, I got a seat.
So
But
I was just
summertime was a little different for us. We used to go outside and play.
well,
We,
we had, I mean, again, finished school, waiting
hmm
for the bell, running down, running out, screaming, ah! And then so you have 10 weeks now, Malcolm. What are you
Yeah.
doing with them?
Well,
So we were all three of us, we live
hmm
near the beach,
and then to the
Coney
beach.
Island and Brighton Beach.
beach.
And kind of big kids would take the little kids. You didn't go, some kids went to camp, as they were
I
getting
couldn't
older, like, I don't know.
afford,
Yeah.
Well, it's not even the affording. I mean, you live a few blocks from the beach.
you
Where were
don't
you?
need you don't
Where
need a
are you
camp.
going? You
Yeah,
don't really
I
need,
think the camp was more for the parents.
right, to have some
So
Well,
time off.
that's true. I did go to day camp when I was right after kindergarten.
after
A
your first
place
marriage.
called no, called Youth Town Lincoln.
Youthtown Lincoln. Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't.
And I found some old pictures. I have to find them
You
again
have to bring
of
them.
me and Rochelle Freeman and Paul of Rutan. And we all went to Youth Town Lincoln.
Oh, cool.
That
It,
Well,
was
I didn't go to Youthtown
it
Lincoln.
was 3 weeks of the summer.
it
I think
sounds
my
like a
parents are
detention
probably
camp.
very happy.
It sounds
I
No,
like
it
didn't
was a
go.
lot of fun.
I
It
it
was a
didn't
sounds
go to
lot.
like a
camp.
detention camp.
I went
Good.
to
You-
Crystal Lake Camp for almost a week only because my brother and Mrs. Eisen owned the camp, and only
Yeah.
because my brothers played there that weekend, and they
Hmm.
said, "Well, you can she can stay, if she wants." It was like towards the end of the summer already, and you could
Right.
stay for a few days. It was a few days, I don't know, and I slept in a bunk, and I was like,
I wouldn't want to
I
sleep
like
away
the
from.
beach. I wasn't for me. I would ne I didn't like it,
There
and
are bugs upstate New
it's
York.
a lot of bugs, but I mean, I can see where, you have more a little independence. They have, lakes and swimming and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, I
But
used
We
to.
had the beach. We didn't eat. We had the Brighton Beach baths.
right, we had the Brighton Beach baths, we had the
We
beach,
had
and
we had our bicycles.
well,
We
I
went
would
to
go, yeah,
Coney Island.
yeah, we would ride on the boardwalk,
And I lived in
boardwalk.
Coney Island.
I
Yeah,
know.
we could have visited you,
Well,
but
well,
we
I don't know if
also,
you. I was all the way down in the end by Seagate, so
I know
We used
you,
to
well,
ride
we
down
used
to
to ride
towards
to
To
Seagate.
Seagate.
We were not afraid.
that's
There
about
was
3 miles away, I think.
we
We did it
well,
every
that three
week.
miles is not a lot on a bike.
Now,
Yeah.
we used to ride to
Not when you're
Prospect
15,
Park on
16.
Ocean Parkway on the
1560. We
bridle
were
path.
like 10. What are you talking
When we were
about?
10.
We
Maybe
we
younger.
we would go.
Really?
I don't really remember going younger further away without parents, but I know
But we went
about at
to
least
on the
10, I
boardwalk.
think we would
We
go
were
on
on
the
the
boardwalk
boardwalk.
and come back. Yeah. But, I mean, we had all sorts of fun things. I mean, and I
The Bell
remember,
Parkway we used to ride.
On the
oh yeah,
parkway?
Ocean Parkway actually.
Ocean Parkway? No, we used
Right.
to ride on the Bell Parkway going towards the Verrazano Bridge.
Alongside, right,
No.
Yeah, on
not
the
on the
bridle
Bell
path.
Parkway, but
No,
near the Bell
on
Parkway.
yeah,
The
or
side road,
going towards
the Verrazano Bridge.
What we call
yeah,
the service road.
the
It
service
wasn't
road.
even the
Yeah.
service road. It was an
No,
actual,
it was
there's a
the
path on the
bridle path.
side of
Yeah,
the bridge.
bike
There
path.
was they built like when they were building the bridge, they built a path along it so you
You,
can
you
walk
know how
And
I
along.
we
knew it
used to
was.
try fly, we used to also to Plum Beach.
Yeah,
There was a path there. We
there
used to
was a
go to
path
Plum
to Plum.
Beach.
Yeah, that was
I,
the other.
I
Yeah.
remember when I would be with my parents, how I knew it was summer when we got off on Cropsey Avenue to get into Coney Island, and at the end of Cropsey Avenue and 17th Street, it was Phil Pepper's Watermelon.
Oh
Oh
my
wow.
God, I love Phil Pepper's watermelon right under that bridge or whatever with
And
his truck. Oh my God, we used to go there
when
once a
when
week.
I was there, they had a stand.
Oh
He had a stand, but it was by his truck. He
Yeah,
had his truck. He was coming from South or North Carolina.
I knew it was
Oh,
summertime.
it
yeah.
was, I love that.
And
Oh my
now we get
God.
watermelon all year round.
Yeah, because it's from all over the place. From Florida, it comes up
Hey, it
here. But
might
this
be nine
summer,
hundred dollars a watermelon this summer. Who
Mm.
knows? It's, it's
it
hard to
could
tell.
be.
Well, so we had the
Bill
beach. We went.
Pepper.
I had friends, so I would go out and play. We would bike ride. We would
Yeah,
hang out. I mean, we would play all the games.
Well, what I
iron tech. But what do the kids do now?
Now, damn. Well, they
cell
go
phone,
to
internet.
no, they go to. I think they go to camp a lot. I think they also go to, local things. Now they have like theater camp, and they have sports camp, and they have coding camps, and they have art camp. They have all these individualized camps, and a lot of them are day camps. Some
Hmm.
are ones you
Sleep
can,
away.
sleep away. They have specialized sleepaway camps, and then they have, you can go on trips, student trips, and they're all
Yeah.
supervised. Then you can go to Europe. They go to
You know,
Europe.
when they go
They
to
they
Europe.
go they go to parts, they go to different parts in the US. They do tours. Yeah, no, they go.
We didn't do that. We
That
went with
cost
the
money,
school.
people.
Yeah,
I
I had
know.
money.
Now
Well,
and
I
it's
had
like,
great summertime because
oh, I'm going to Costa Rica for
yeah,
3 weeks on a
after my mother would
student
make me my bacon and eggs in the morning, which
I'm
was
going to
considered
Paris,
good.
You
But
had bacon and
bacon was
eggs?
healthy.
Bacon was very healthy. Yes,
And
absolutely.
we go down in the street, and every crack on the sidewalk or against the building was another game.
Well, yeah, you
Of
would.
course, yeah.
You
You
know,
couldn't hit
it's
the
either hit the
crack, or you can
penny,
hit the crack,
or,
or hit the penny,
hit the
right?
crack, or
Right,
stoop
Well, you,
ball,
oh, I love
or
stoop
off the
ball. We
right.
used to play stoop ball basically at Maxine's house because she had a stoop.
hit a stoop.
Someone had a stoop. But the kids today, I mean, there's a lot of really nice day camps in my area, but they are mucho
No,
dinero.
they're expensive because
Uh,
when my kid, again, my oldest is 30 and the youngest is 28, we used to send them to day camp.
right.
It's
Hmm.
expensive.
I sent E to day camp, and then he became a bus monitor and account. He wound up making money one summer. He babysat, and he was a bus monitor, and he
Mm.
cleared like a couple of $1,000. It was,
Maxie and I were CITs at
at
the
Shorefront Y.
YWHA, the
Right,
Shorefront Y, on
right,
Coney and Coney Avenue in Brighton Water Falls.
was right on the boardwalk.
Yep.
You know, you had a view of the
And the
And we
Ocean.
made a couple of
ocean.
$100 of tips.
Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah,
made a couple hundred bucks in
that's
tips.
because you wore skimpy uniforms.
No, we
What?
were, nah, we were,
We had to
though we
wear
did
what?
have
We had to
bug
wear
juice,
shirt. We had to like wear shorts and we had to wear the Y
the
shirts. You
Y
know,
shirt.
we
Yeah,
had
but we
like
got those
uniforms.
free.
Yeah, they gave
It
us
was
that for free. If you were
free,
CIT, you got it for free. Wow. Um,
Wow.
we did a lot for nothing, but those
but
crazy
it
kids
was
in it.
fun.
Yeah, we had a good time.
We
And
did it for 1 year and we got bored. And I said, that's enough.
That's
We're
it.
13.
13.
Yeah, it's like leave me alone.
Now,
Goodbye.
the one where I made the most money is I worked in Coney Island. When I was 16, I was called
Hmm.
a common show attendant.
Ah,
I had to go downtown Brooklyn to get a license.
we did too.
Yeah, oh, you had
Fingerprinted and do the whole
14, you
thing.
needed a
And and uh
license,
Uh,
work license.
and
Work permit.
basically, in the penny arcades,
Yeah,
the skee ball and the
we
poker
used to
games.
go.
We would go there.
Fascination.
There was
We
a guy
probably
with
saw you.
there were guys with aprons with change
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
pockets,
yeah.
and the big stick in case a ball gets stuck. That was
Right.
I
me.
used to like my back scratcher I used to win,
I need a
or
back
the
scratching now, Malcolm. Come on. Go
and the
find one.
Chinese
You
Right, the
have
handcuffs.
ones that you put in and you couldn't
You
get the
can't get
thing
it
out.
out unless
yeah,
you go like
you have a
this.
back scratcher. His name is Les.
Silly putty. Yeah. Sometimes it's like we're two apes. Last week he goes, you gotta run. I'm scratching my then the next week I'm going, I got an itch over here. They're good for something, right? Back scratching, where it goes.
Okay.
But now they also have nature camps, and which is really good because they're teaching kids about you know native planting and walking in the forest and wildlife and animals and the kids love and they have games and have things. So I think the nature camps is one of my favorites because kids really need to like learn about this. And
I think we just lost Paula in my picture. Are you there?
Paul, she's a frozen bunny.
No. Her thing went out.
Now she's out.
Now it's me and you, kid.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to wrap. I don't know what
Paula,
happened.
I hope you call
I,
back.
I don't know. She
Well, she does. I'll let her in. If she doesn't, we'll see you
yeah.
next week.
Oh, I'm just sending
You,
her that she dropped out.
you can never trust the
The
anybody in New Jersey.
right, don't trust anyone in Jersey. But they also I remember going to the library in the summertime sometimes. They'd have readings and things for kids to do in the summer at the Brooklyn Public Library. It was off Ocean Parkway, the big one until they moved to Brighton First Road. Uh which was smaller, but I remember the big one with the brick building, and I would love to go there. I would
I
just,
remember once a year in elementary school, like 1 through 6, we'd visit
yeah,
the public library. We take the whole class there, and the librarian was there showing us books and showing us how to do the Dewey Decimal System
yeah,
and locate books.
right. Yeah, it was really cool, and I just used to love that as well. But our redhead who dropped out, she said she's trying to get on by phone. So
No, okay.
if
And
you
we only have
see,
like about 6 minutes left.
we only
Did
have
you
a few
go?
minutes.
I
Yes,
in Coney Island in 188, we went to visit the lighthouse. I don't know if you ever did that. The
no,
lighthouse on in Seagate, the tip end of Seagate, they had a
sounds familiar. I
lighthouse.
might have. It does sound familiar. I don't know. Uh,
You know,
I'm sorry. She's texting. She's trying to get in, so I don't know
okay.
what's going on. But anyway,
If
yeah,
not, we'll see you next week.
I I just remember, sometimes taking trips. Sometimes my parents would we would drive down to Florida in the summer and everyone thought that we were nuts because it's so warm. But that's when my grandmother lived there, so we wanted to visit.
Yeah.
And and then we stayed at one of the nice hotels on Miami Beach. And I mean, the water was gorgeous. It was nice. Sure, it was what,
I think
eight,
she's
eight.
back.
Okay. Is she back?
We'll find out in a minute.
We'll find out soon. Are you coming back? I don't know. Sometimes,
So
you got your phone going, huh?
I got the phone. I just my internet went out.
Well, you had to go to the bathroom, I
Completely.
know.
All of a sudden I had this weird sound and a minute later my internet went out. That's so weird.
Yeah, I could tell
Yeah, you
you're on
got
your
to
cell
stay
phone.
put somewhere because when you move, then we lose your.
I'm just checking why it's out. It's so
Well, we
strange.
might as well just finish the show because we got like a few minutes, and
Yes,
then
I
you can.
am.
At this
Yeah.
point, you
I'm
can't
saying I
do.
am where I am.
I am, Sam, I am,
I
Sam, I
am, I
am.
am, Sam,
I,
I am.
I
Wha-
I think so. I was just saying I used to go to Florida. My parents would go with the crew to
Of
Florida,
course, I
like the
remember.
caravan, in
Yep.
July, and I remember traveling when the Apollo 11 was landing on the moon, and I actually saw that happen in Florida at the hotel. They
I
Hmm.
remember
actually had.
I,
Go ahead.
I was at a bar in Manhattan,
You're at a bar.
in
Okay.
Midtown.
Well, I was at a hotel. I don't know which one it was in on Miami Beach
Uh,
on the Strip.
but
And
I realized that
On Miami Beach.
right,
my mother was never more than 100 or so miles from the place she was born. She never
really,
traveled.
Really?
I think the farthest she's ever been away from Brooklyn is the Catskills.
really,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
And we used
Well,
to go once a year. The farthest I'd been away from Brooklyn, the Catskills, till I was about 22, 23
Oh,
right,
no, we
when I
used to go to
graduated college.
Virginia, Glory Caverns. We used to go away for
right.
like,
There was
tour.
fairs, upstate fairs. They would have
Mm-hmm.
different towns would have fairs, and we'd go up, and then we go to right to the. Are we there
The
yet?
Lord,
Oh, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
How Caverns.
Cow Caverns was the one when we asked, "Are we there yet?" a lot to my father.
Yes,
It was like,
yeah.
and then there was a fair not far from Howe Caverns after we finally got there and went through
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
thing and still the stalagmite, select, whatever. Yeah, yeah. The
yeah.
most fun I had that day as an 8 or 9 year old was this fair, this county fair.
Oh, you
Um,
wanna?
It was wonderful. I used to
Yeah.
go all the time to the
Yeah.
fairs. So my
What?
Orange County Fair and this fair.
right,
Oh,
Dutchess,
Maxine.
Orange. Each one has a.
Maxine, we have a special guest star here that my wife wanted you to see.
Who?
Wait a minute.
Who?
Oh,
You have the dog?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
let's,
hold on. I'm not seeing her on
no, you'll see
camera.
her in a minute.
Rhea? Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah, we can.
my dog? Oh, hi, Rhea.
oh,
I'm
Hello,
not sure.
puppy.
I'm not sure how we
Oh,
get the whole picture in you.
Where's your
she looks a
camera?
lot bigger than she did a couple of months ago.
Oh yeah, she's huge.
Well, let's
She's
see.
huge.
Put her in
She's
the.
huge.
No, you're not going to be able
I
to.
don't know. She
I don't
will
know how
go
we
on.
get the hook.
No, it's because your camera is weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have. I have to put.
Do you see it?
I saw her before, but
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
seeing her now.
And
We
she's
did
so
date.
cute.
We
Yeah,
got to see her.
she's about 70 pounds already,
70 pounds. Oh my God.
and she's not a year old. She'll be a year in July.
Oh boy. Well, my
Oh my.
girl is she's on the bed. She just doesn't even care. She's like, I'm on the bed. I don't
I'm
care.
on to bed.
I'm
If
on the
there's a way
bed.
I can put on my other camera, but I'm not sure how to do it now.
All right, don't worry about it. I don't know. It picked up for a minute we saw her, so she did make an
Yeah.
appearance. She made an appearance, I tell you.
Okay. Yeah, it's a Doberman Pinscher.
Oh, she's
And
Oh,
I've never owned a dog before. This is like owning a horse for me.
is it?
well, dog's 105 years, 105 years, 105 pounds, and we call her horse puppy.
She is a horse puppy. Mine is like
Your dog?
54 pounds, but she is very strong. She's like She can pull the hell out of you. I mean, she
Well,
could pull
the
you and
Dobermans were there was uh, a tax collector in England, and he bred them because she was a protect. Oh, in Germany, she was a protection for him.
hmm
He'd take her when he collected the taxes,
Right.
and no one would
Wow.
mess.
Wow. Crazy.
But
That
yeah,
is cuckoo
again,
pox, I tell
I
you.
never had the largest pet I ever had was a cat.
Well, we had I had chickens. I mean I had ducks. I had
Had
rabbits.
ducks,
You know,
had birds.
Pepina and Pasquale were my ducks.
Mhm.
And we finally had to take them to the what was it called? The nursery in Coney Island. Remember that?
I
Definitely so.
We used to
agree.
go, you could pet the animals and stuff. We brought them there. And my rabbit, Pokey, which was huge, black
Yeah.
and white rabbit, I had him, got me through the measles. And as I said, probably mentioned before in the show, my uncle took him back to a farm. But he really did. At least I was told.
Mhm.
I don't
Anyway,
think we
guys,
had rabbit. We didn't have rabbit for dinner. I know that.
anyway, guys,
Everyone,
our time is up.
oh, the
Believe it or
animal
not,
nursery
The
on
animal
my
nursery,
father's farm.
right.
it's another fabulous half hour of entertainment,
Yes, we're
Yes.
here to entertain. We just don't
and
know what else to do.
it's heard exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com. And it's the Tush twins, and they're my two cheeks.
Two cheeks, two cheeks,
Have a great week,
two
or try
cheeks.
to.
Have a nice week.
Bye.
Ciao.
Shalom.
Ta ta.
Amen. Shalom,
Arrivederci.
shalom.